Hi guys, it's Sandy. So I want to talk about a little bit of something different today. I've really been hitting a lot on health and wellness and intermittent fasting and that kind of thing because I do like helping people and just sharing my journey of life. It's kind of what I started my channel on. Then for a while, I talked a lot about preparedness in your own home and being prepared for anything that life brings about. And I just think that is practical, good advice. So I wanted to revisit that just a little bit today in a different thing. I want to talk about AI because I've had three things happen to me more recently that literally made me go, wow, technology is moving at lightning speed. And I want to be one of those people with eyes wide open instead of my head in the sand. So I want to share these things, and I want to know from you if you've noticed the same thing of AI, which is artificial intelligence, and how quickly things are moving. And listen, it's going to take over jobs. There are certain jobs it's going to easily do quicker and for less money that companies are going to take advantage of that. So let me talk about these three things. You can see I'm in Ohio, and the difference with some of my videos where it was green behind of us, like we're hitting fall now. The leaves are really turning beautiful colors, and it's chilly outside. Um, anyway, I love fall though. Love the crisp coolness of fall. So let me tell you these three things that have happened to me, and I want you to share in the comments if you have noticed anything with AI also, or if you've heard of Chat GPT. That is pretty interesting also in itself, the technology behind that and how it can write things. That's what I think is also going to take over some jobs, how it can literally write a book. It can write resumes. It can write students' papers in no time flat. So I'm a real estate agent, and I know that a lot of realtors are even we write descriptions of properties, and you have to do the job of thinking of how to write it in such a way to get people to really look at it. A lot of people are just putting it into Chat GPT, and you have an entire description in 30 seconds that you couldn't have done any better writing. So, it's in all different areas. AI. Go back to artificial intelligence. I'm going to tell you what happened to me. And the reason I'm just watching technology and being blown away at how quickly things are moving. So, I don't know, in the springtime, my husband and I were on a trip and we came back into the States. We were traveling internationally. We came back into the States. We actually came into port. We were on a cruise. We came into port in New Orleans, in Louisiana. So that was my first time coming into port there ever. But we've traveled internationally many times and we know what to do. So we had our passports ready. You always have to have your passports checked whenever you're leaving a country, going into another country. And then when you enter a country, we were entering back into the United States. But we had our passports out and ready, and they didn't even look at them. Actually, we went up and they did facial recognition, and it was fast as far as getting people through. So returning in to customs, they just said, stand here. It scanned our faces very quickly, and they were okay, next. And I mean, they were just getting people through like this quick without looking at passports and having to stamp passports or do anything else like that. That was the first time we've ever ran into that. We're getting ready to leave for Israel in just a couple weeks until yesterday, if you haven't heard the news, but Israel was attacked and they have now declared war. So we won't be going to Israel because I wanted to see what would happen when we went there also, if they did passports or technology or what. But unfortunately, for what is happening, we won't be going there. But anyway, that was the first AI. The second one, my cousin, I have cousins all over, and one of them lives in Georgia. I live in Ohio, but it's really nice to keep on social media and keep up with each other. All of my cousins in different states. And one of my cousins had a picture of his wife in a restaurant. And he said, oh, we couldn't wait to try out this new restaurant. We've been eager to get here. It looks like we're the only people here, but actually the entire restaurant was filled. He said, but in the picture, it was literally her and all empty tables. And he said, I took the picture and the AI on my phone asked me if I wanted to take the people out of the picture. So I did. And I said right then, I was like, oh my gosh, you know what? Pictures have always been history. This erases history. Pictures have always, you can look at a picture and know that, I mean, you really couldn't fake pictures. So until now. And now it erases history because now you can add people in, you can take people out, you can change backgrounds, you can do whatever you want. Where a picture used to tell 1,000 words, not anymore. Like it's everything has just changed. And that just made me go, oh my gosh. Like in 2019, life was still pretty normal. It was normal. You know, we were doing life normally. We weren't thinking about anything. 2020 happened. The world turned upside down. Everything got closed down. Technology seemed to have sped up at a lightning speed, and things have changed dramatically since 2019. So that was my second thing with AI that made me go, oh my gosh. Then the third one. Well, my husband and I were recently at a Bengals game. We're in Ohio, so we watched the Bengals. We were going to a Bengals game, and they came on the jumbotron. They had this big QR code. They were announcing it also, a huge QR code, and they said, "Everybody, grab your phones, scan the QR code, and you'll be ready for the pregame." So there was a ton of energy there. It was actually the only game they've won that we were at so far this year, but a lot of energy in the stadium. And you scan the QR code, and then it gets your phone ready for the pregame show. What it did was take over our phones. And then the entire audience, which it was a packed stadium, when all the players were running out and there were fireworks going and they were yelling the players' names, and everybody was holding up their phones. I mean, most people holding up their phones, and the AI took over our phones with flashing them. So some sections were flashing really fast, and some of them were going a little slower. And all over the stadium, the flashes on our phones were doing different things, and we weren't controlling any of it. AI was controlling the phones totally at that time. My husband didn't do it, I did. And we were like, whoa, you know what? That's actually kind of scary. That literally AI took over the whole stadium's phones and was telling the phones what to do, and the phones were doing it. So those were my three things that I've had personally with AI and technology at just, speeding up, that just made me go, man, I want to keep my eyes wide open. I do not want to have my head in the sand and act like nothing is going on and that things aren't changing dramatically in our world. And then what about that new huge sphere in Las Vegas? Have you seen that? It's like a big eyeball. And I felt like whenever I saw it, again, it's a huge AI thing, but when I saw it, I felt like, we're watching you, is what, when I saw the picture. It's like the AI, we are watching you. I want to lead a life with no fear and peace, but I also want to be aware. And I don't know where you are with all of this. I'm just interested to hear what you say in the comments. This has just really kind of been on my mind and bothered me. We were recently at the Bengals game, which made all of this just kind of come in my mind. And I just wanted to share this with you. And I just wanted to hear your opinions on things also. Okay, you guys, that's all I have for now. Until next time, I'm out.